Valley-wide cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valley-wide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome to this IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Valley-wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Additional coverage is provided on Idaho Sports, and it's presented by Teton Auto Group and Levitt Select here in East Idaho. Tonight, we come to you live from Ravston Stadium here in Idaho Falls, Idaho, where the visiting Highland Rams come into town to take on the Skyline Grizzlies. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this broadcast. My name is Tim Belknap. I'll be your play-by-play broadcast guy tonight. I'm joined by the incomparable Josh McGalley.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Josh took some time off, decided like he wanted to have a family during the football season. Who knew that was possible?
I know. Incredible, but hey, now we're here for a great game. I'm so excited for this one.
This is going to be a great game. I had a chance to talk to both coaches before tonight's game, and I'm just going to repeat because we don't have time to play back. But Highland coach, he's very, very concerned about tonight. They're a 6-1 team. Their only loss was last week to Rigby, who is the number one team in the state right now, 33-3. That's going to sting a little bit after a 5-0 record. So, Highland's going to be coming out with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, no, those 31-3 games, those are always the games that really show you what you're going to do for next week, right? Because the following week, you don't ever want to have that feeling again, right? So, as a player, these guys are going to be ready for tonight. I can tell you that much.
True. Coach Sorrell's, Nick Sorrell, the Highland coach, when I talked to him, he says, you're going to notice a very strong youth movement on our team. They're going to have 6 sophomores that are either going to start tonight or will be giving serious minutes and a significant role. And that's not a typical Highland team. Highland team, you see juniors and seniors, and you see powerhouse. You know, these kids have been busting their tails for years trying to get a spot on this team. And so to have 6 sophomores playing on the starting role, it's phenomenal. But according to Coach Sorrell, they've had a lot of injuries. That's his big concern tonight, is how are those injuries going to play out against a very tough, very well-disciplined Skyline Grizzly team. And he just looked at me and he said, hey, you know what? My philosophy is next man up. And that's what we're going with. He had a bye week, I guess, and it helped out a lot a bit. Skyline's coach. Oh, when the field darkens, folks, that's just the lighting here at Ralston Stadium. It does some cool things. But certainly having a Skyline lean tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is one of the best stadiums in Eastern Idaho. Maybe the best. And I love that they put these lights in that they could change colors and they could do this, right?
Cool?
Yeah, because most stadium lights, they got to stay on all the time, right? You're seeing colleges nowadays like Alabama and things like that, but that costs a lot of money for a stadium like that. We get them in Eastern Idaho.
Well,
so.
Ralston had a major renovation 2 years ago. They put in this Astro Hydro Turf, new scoreboards, new lights. The only thing they didn't put in were new chairs because it's really hard to replace those cement bleachers out there.
Maybe one day. A couple more state championships.
Well, as I talked to Coach Berger yesterday night, coming into this game, he says, you know what? Our key to this game is controlling that ball on offense. We've got to have sustained drives where we not just control the football, but the clock. No. So he's obviously talking clock management early on in this game. And interestingly enough, something you don't always have a head coach talk about, he says we need a strong special teams output tonight. You don't usually hear a coach talk about special teams, so that's an interesting look into tonight's game.
Yeah, no, you like to hear that though, because special teams is part of the game that is not the most exciting, right? Unless you got an electric returner, but it's the biggest possibility because you could flip the field, you could flip the possessions like crazy like that. So that's a really good thing for this team, and they need to do that tonight.
All right, Highland going to be kicking off the ball tonight. They're going to be kicking left to right, as you see it, and we call it. And Skyline now with 3 receivers down, and the whistle for time to play ball, and it's time to play ball. Let's go. Highland with a kick. And a boot. Holy cow, that's going to go clear out of the end zone. So Highland's kicker, great kicker it looks to be. Number 23 for Highland, so that is, if I can get these numbers right, Johnson, I think. Paxton Johnson. That's cool. What a hit.
What a kick, huh?
You remember a couple years ago, Highland had that young man kicking for them.
Hershey.
Yeah. Ian Hershey. Holy cow. I've never seen a high school kicker that could easily nail in warm-ups 60-yard, 65-yard field goals. You miss a kid like that for a long time.
I might be stand corrected here, but I think he's at Arizona State.
Yes.
I think that sounds right.
That's correct. All right, Skyline's going to take the field. Carmen Garcia, quarterback tonight. He's going to go two backs in the backfield. And they're trying to figure out where those backs are supposed to be. And now they decide one of those backs is supposed to be off the field. That's not a good sign. They're going to hand it off on a sweep around the left side of the field. Going to get about 3 or 4 yards. Highland reads that quite well, actually.
Yeah, Trey Kirkham is one of their playmakers out there out wide, but he gets the ball a lot. You're going to hear a lot of Zion Crockett. Oh, man. These
We've
wide
called
receivers,
Zion before.
Oh, my gosh. These guys are electric out there.
They really are. One thing I know, Skyline is known for, I'm used to saying Pocatello and I'm calling Highland and Poke games. Skyline has got a great offense. They mix it up. You don't see them going to the same play time after time after time, which a lot of teams do because that's what's worked for them. Garcia now alone in the backfield. He's going to throw. It is caught. DeMott gets the catch. DeMott's going to be pushed out of bounds. He'll get the first down, and certainly in high school football, well, not basketball season yet. Josh and I were just talking about basketball seasons right around the corner just before we went on the air. We shouldn't do that. It messes me up. But that is a first down as they move the ball to the 32-yard line. So Coach Berger, his prediction, slow and easy, control the clock, and continue to get first downs.
Yeah, lull them asleep with those outside screen, bubble screen type play actions, and then they'll get them deep with Zion.
7-yard slants across the middle. We haven't seen yet, but we know we will with Garcia. Nice pass out to Crockett. He's going to take it down the sideline. He could go all the way. He steps out of bounds. Boy, that last fingertip tackle where he touched his shoulder pad and just kind of put him off balance enough he went out of bounds, because otherwise he was gone.
Yeah, no, what a nice blocking outside by the receivers there. That was perfect blocking for Zion to get, like that edge and pick up, 30, 40 yards there.
What a play. Boy, that is just what you wanted to see if you're a Skyline fan. And if you're a Highland fan, absolutely not. As we're looking across, we see the Skyline fans. They're right underneath the press box. We're looking across at the Highland fans. There's quite a few of them there that made the trip. It's only about an hour trip.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad, not bad. You go to support a team at a game like this. All right, handing off the referees throw flags. The only thing that can be is a false start, and it is. False start against the Grizzlies. It's the one thing Scott told me that they did not want to see. Penalties.
No,
I guess that's probably every coach's mantra.
Yeah, no, they get electric plays like that. It's kind of a
confidence destroyer.
Yeah, right there. Get those penalties and things like that too. Just slow them down a little bit. Just slow the momentum down.
Well, and honestly, it could be the excitement that took them off. You get all excited on a play like that, and you're jittery and jump off of center with the first hook. Next thing you know, we're back 5 yards. Skyline now, 1st and 15. Garcia's going to take a quarterback keeper up the middle. He'll pick up probably the 5 or 6 yards that they lost on the penalty. Interesting tackle. I didn't see who it was by the Highland Rams, but he literally grabbed the hold of the back of his jersey or his shoulder pad, I'm not sure which, and just kind of ran with him for 3 or 4 yards.
No, I saw that too. It was a nice play there, as DeMont was the lead blocker there. He started out wide, but became the lead blocker. I like that little design.
I'd follow
there.
DeMont.
Yeah.
He can block for me anytime. Great young man, right, boy? Boy, I shouldn't call him boy, should I? Great young athlete, student athlete. Highland now looking to see if they can't stop on a 2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies. Highland looking to stop this and try to get a little bit better control of the game. That long pass hurt him a little. Pass is going to go out. It's going to fall incomplete. That was intended for Lancaster. Is that no?
No, Kirkham.
Kirkham, yep. Trey Kirkham. Look at my 1 and my 0 messed up. Trey Kirkham. Kirkham's a really good receiver. You're going to hear his name a lot tonight. He's a target that Garcia looks at a lot.
Yeah, he's the only one out there right now wearing the pink gloves.
And shoes, or tape, I guess. It's not shoes.
Tape, yeah. For Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I've seen that a lot this month.
I love it.
As the month winds down, we don't see as much of it, but I do see a pink tent down there. So,
yeah, I think I'm trying to see.
Is that one of the doctor's offices?
Did you see if the referees have their pink flags tonight?
You know what? Last night in the game I called, a couple of them did, a couple of them didn't. The one that we just saw didn't. And it's going to be a break for a first down as Skyline takes it down to the 15-yard line. What a great play. Did you see who that was, Josh?
Yeah, no, that was Zion Crockett. He was
that Crockett?
He exploded up the middle
Crockett
there, and he just danced around 2 or 3 defenders as he's so
followed
electric.
blockers. You see that? He followed blockers, and he went by the linebackers before the linebackers knew that he was there.
He's so fast.
Well, and he cuts so well.
Yeah.
I mean, to be a running back or receiver, you got to know how to cut. I don't think I've seen very many players that can cut like him. He is pretty good at it. Man in motion now. Skyline's going to fake it. They're going to look for the pass. Oh, pocket is blocked, or the pocket collapse is going to be intercepted. And the turn of events now as the Highland Rams pull off the interception. That's Sam Price, the senior, getting the interception. And Garcia was just crunched. His pocket collapsed. So that was not the pass that he wanted to throw.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit from behind, and it was great job from the Highland linebackers there to play their zone and able to take that ball.
That was, they did exactly what they're supposed to. And when the coach says we're going to see how we can play against a very disciplined team, that's one where you smile and say, disciplined teams don't turn it over like that. So I'm sure Nick is over there smiling. All right, a young man with a great name, if you want my opinion, Keaton Belknap. starting as the quarterback. He's a freshman, if I read this correctly. Is that right? No, he's a junior. Sorry. Say Highland freshman? Never. Nice pass over the middle. It is caught. It's going to be a first down as Belknap connects to his wide receiver, number 82. That is Porter McKinley. So a great movement of the chains, and Highland's coming out firing.
Yeah, Belknap with the dart across the middle. That's a really good confidence booster for the young man.
I'd love to claim him as like my nephew or something, grandson.
I'm sure he's like the third cousin once removed or something weird
Actually,
like that.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But he's a great athlete. Belknap family down in the Pocatello area is superb athletes. So just continuing that legacy down there for them. Belknap is lining up. He's got one back in the backfield. Skyline showing a blitz coming in. They do come. Handoff right up the middle. Running back bounces off, but the Skyline Grizz just eat him alive. That blitz just too much to kind of run right up the middle. So both teams calling plays that went right to each other.
Yes.
It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Skyline showed their hand early on before
they
Belknap
didn't audibleize.
Yeah, they just said, hey, we're coming for you. I'm surprised Belknap still handed that off.
Well, he must have a lot of confidence in his running back.
Yeah.
And you know what? The way that running back bounced off of his first hole and rolled out to the outside, I think he's got reason to be.
Yeah.
Maybe not on a full blitz. They sent everybody but the kitchen sink on that one. Looks like they're going to try it again. I think they're going to fade back on their corners, and they do. Belknap with the Mahomes pitch, gets passed off, and it gets caught, but well read by the Grizzlies. Holy cow, that was not anywhere clear. Richards, the receiver, he'll actually get a gain of like 3 yards.
Yeah, no, that was a great job by the linebackers for Skyline because the back kind of just squeaked out. And
you know what? That back sat right there. That linebacker sat right there and waited, even though he had a receiver trying to block him.
Great job.
Slid off of him and grabbed him. You're right. Good catch, Josh. That's why we pay you the big pennies.
Absolutely.
All right, it's going to be third, excuse me. Third down, Belknap with one back in the backfield. 2 backs over actually lined up on an interesting formation. Trying to draw him off. They don't get it. Belknap back to pass. He's going to look to throw deep. Got a receiver, but he goes over his head. He's lucky that was not intercepted. If the safety had actually paid attention where that ball was, it had been in his hands.
Yeah, no, this Belknap kid has a lot of confidence in his arm because that's a tough throw to make. He just threw it a little too high.
He's got bionics in those arms, it looks like. Look at that. Holy cow. We have the fortunate aspect here of instant replay because we're about 10 seconds behind the broadcast. All right, just checking out some technical difficulties. Highland now forced to punt. You do not want to give the ball up in this country.
Oh.
Nice rugby-style punt, and it is a nice punt. That is not going to be able to be returned, and it gets a beautiful Highland bounce. Look at that. He's going to take it down to the 11-yard line. Wow, I'll take a punt like that every day. We're going to take just a few minutes to recognize some of our commercial sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're back at Ravston Stadium now as the Skyline takes over at the 11-yard line after a great punt. Garcia's going to take the ball with a quarterback keeper. He had a first hole that was pretty good. He hit his secondary hole, and it just collapsed. Highland's linebackers caved in on him. They got him good. But he still picked up, gosh, I'm going to say 5 yards, maybe 6.
No, that's a great play to start off. And I don't know how many times you want to run your senior quarterback, but that's now 2 or 3 times early on in this first quarter.
Senior quarterback who's an important part of the basketball team.
You know, we jokingly talked about pregame that we feel like we've been calling Carmine Garcia's name for about 5 years now.
I think we should be going to Thanksgiving at his house. We're family now. Garcia launches a long pass. He's got a receiver, and he's going to step out of bounds, but he makes the catch at the 40-yard line. And who is it? It's Kirkham. You told us he's going to be all over the place tonight. That kid's got some wheels. Holy cow.
Talk about dropping that ball into a bucket. What a throw from Garcia.
Honestly, I thought he overthrew him, and Kirkham just turned on the afterburners to get underneath that thing. I'm just going to guess a little bit. I think they've practiced that.
Yeah, well, I think so. No, yeah, he was at least 5 or 6 yards past the defensive back. So if that ball was just thrown more inward into the field, that was a touchdown.
Absolutely. All right, Skyline's going to hand it off up the middle. The running back's going to come around the side. We're going to have a holding penalty. Bring it all back. The player that committed that just walks over to the sideline, and coach is giving him a couple of comments. New instruction? Is that a better way of saying it?
Absolutely.
Oh, they do have some pink flags. You see that, ref? It's got a pink flag.
But just on that play alone, that's what, taking that deep shot, you're going to open up so many running lanes because of that.
Gosh.
He gained, I know they got the penalty, but without the penalty, he gained another first down right there. So,
he did, yeah, absolutely.
This is exactly what this offense wants right now for Skyline.
Well, other than the penalties.
Other than the penalties, of course.
Everything's working as Skyline wanted it to do. And that's no surprise for a Skyline team. This coach, Scott's been around for as long as I've been in Idaho Falls, 30 years. The guy knows his football, former player. He's one of the best around. Garcia now trying to throw a screen. Almost had it picked off by the same guy that picked off his last pass, Sam Price. Sam Price should have had that, really, and a real angle for a pick six, but it fell down. Garcia under a lot of pressure on that one.
Sam read that was going to be a little screen immediately.
Not how they drew that one up. Unless you're a Highland Ram, and that is exactly how they drew it up. Folks, we hope that if you're a Highland Rams fan and didn't make the trip, that you're listening in for this IdahoSports.com broadcast. It's a beautiful night to be here in Idaho Falls.
First chilly day. I woke up this morning to snowing.
It snowed for a few minutes. It didn't stick around, at least in the Idaho Falls-Rexburg area. All right, Skyline's going to take it. They're going to fake the handoff. Oh, they don't fake it. They give it to Zion. He's going to pick up 9 yards. They needed 15. So not a first down, but a good move. That's a great play. I'll take one of those that you can pull 9 yards on a running play anytime.
Yeah, no, Zion Crockett is just one of those guys that's just so quick. And, watching him his freshman year, he was just as quick. He wore a different number, but since his freshman year, he came in with that agility, he came in with that speed, and he's been used since then.
He's another one of these young men. You and I have called a number of Skyline games through the years, and just a name that we recognize.
Yeah.
It's always when we're doing playoffs, it's always a name we know. Skyline, okay, Garcia's going to take the ball. He's going to keep it this time. Probably not going to get much, if back to the line of scrimmage, as he gets hammered by the Rams. I was trying to think of a great name, a great word.
Rammed by the Rams?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be that corny. You can. They're going to give him 6 inches on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down. You want to, in this area, go for it.
I think they are.
It's early in the game, though, so I don't know. How many high school punters can punt it on a coffin corner punt from the 50-yard line?
This is more of a field goal range. I don't know if they would punt this, but that'd be a tough punt.
That's a tough field goal, too, though.
Exactly. So this is
a 60-yard field goal. Ian's not here. All right, Garcia, a lone backfield as he's going to look to launch it out, and he does. Overthrows his receiver by almost 15 yards. I'm not sure what happened there.
Miscommunication. He had a guy open in the middle of the field and on the outside, but he threw it deep like he was running a fade to the end zone.
Yeah, he
here.
did, and I don't quite understand it because he had Kirkham, so he looked like he was throwing to, but Kirkham was back 12 yards from where that pass came.
Yeah,
and he's fast, but not that fast.
He's not Tyreek Hill fast. No,
but yeah, you're right. There were 2 receivers on that field that he could have passed to and kept the drive going instead of trying to give it up for all the points there.
Yeah.
So Highland back on the field.
I was about to say that Highland, they showed that they can move this ball.
Yes, they did. Belknap, one back in the backfield. He takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the field, up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's going to pound it through. 9 yards on the carry. What a play.
Yeah, and that was a nice little jump cut there from
Is that 10? Is
their
that
running back.
That's not 10. I'm trying to see who that running back is because that was phenomenal. Looked like 58.
Yeah, no, he's quick as well. You know, him, we've been talking about Zion Crockett all game. He finally, you know, he's shown that he can do the same thing.
Nobody going to.
And they're going to say that was a first down run.
Oh, you're kidding. They gave him 10. Excellent. Well, 10 yards it was then. Looked shy from where I looked, but I'm glad they got that. It's another set of downs for the Rams. Skyline looks like they're bringing the whole house, maybe a couple of fans. And now we got a timeout. Timeout for the Rams, looks like. We're going to fade away for some commercial sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back in play here at Rapston Stadium. Highland with the ball. Belknap out of the shotgun, one back in the backfield. He's got a man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to keep it, and he is not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. They might give him some forward motion, and they do. That was a great second effort on behalf of Belknap as he really was munched. Keaton spun after he was tackled and picked up the extra yard and a half they need to get back to the line of scrimmage. So
yeah, Sawyer Davis, number 20 inside linebacker, was the first one there to slow him down.
That's a nice euphemism. All right, Keaton looking over to the defense, trying to make sure the play fits their play. He's going to do the option play, and it's well read by Skyline. Skyline, nothing doing. Back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, they're going to give him forward progress for a yard.
Yeah, I love to see that on that play. You saw almost every single defensive player on the ball getting that player down, except for the safety on this far side of the field. There was literally 10 people on the ball.
Which, if the safety's involved, then we have a problem. No, that's true. Not a lot of yardage, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Rams. First time they've been kind of stymied.
Yeah, no, their second drive here. You know, the first drive, you saw Belknap being confident and throwing the ball in the middle of the field, throwing it in traffic, just a little off on a couple of throws, but you know
that's timing. That'll come.
Oh, absolutely. You know he's ready to do that again.
All right, they're getting ready for a big 3rd down now as Belknap's calling for the ball. He's got his man in motion. He's going to go with 3 receivers. He's going to look to throw. His pocket collapses, but he gets the pass off. Almost picked off, a short throw. I think if that Grizzly hadn't slipped and fallen, he'd have been dancing an interception. Fortunately for the Rams, it was short and did not get there. Belknap, a little frustration you can see as he walks off the field.
Yeah, no, he got pressured immediately. So I wonder if there's also some miscommunication there because he threw it like he was the receiver was going to do a comeback route, but obviously the receiver went deep.
Yeah, well, where his throw would indicate that that's accurate. So they're forced to punt as Highland brings in the punter. Let's see if he can match last punt that was touchdown at the 11. And it looks like their receiver's down about the 11. Nice big punt again. They're not going to be able to return it, but not the bounce. The Highland Rams will touch that down at the 17-yard line. So 5 yards better on that kick, but Highland's punter still is impressing me. Some good hang time, good yardage. I'd take that in a punter.
Absolutely. How about this? We're still 0-0 under a minute and a half in the first quarter.
Who'd have thought that, right?
Yeah.
It's a tight game here, Rapston Stadium. A little bit of chill in the air, a little bit. Everybody's got those warming buddies heater buddies down below us. And
Yeah, they got the blanket over their heater buddies. Some people got their snow jackets out.
It's Idaho football.
Yep.
Oh. All right, Skyline with the handoff going to come up forward for probably 7 yards, 8 yards they're going to give him. Did you see who that was? I didn't see the back. 26. That is Aaron Ojeda. Great look. Man, he powered through there. He went through 2 or 3 Rams. So that's nice to see. Skyline getting the offense that they need, chipping away. They just need to get it in the end zone now. I think both teams kind of moving the ball back and forth, but they're struggling after about the 40-yard line. Skyline's now going to pass it out towards the sideline. They've got Zion. It is Zion, isn't it?
That is. Nope, that is.
No, it is not. That's Kirkham.
Yep.
It's Kirkham. He didn't get a touchdown, but he moved the ball down to the 43-yard line. So that's a great first down for the Grizzlies. We're going to have to really get probably one play off. We're only 22 seconds left in this first quarter. And as Josh said earlier,
it's weird.
We would have been I would have not been surprised to be a 7-7 game at the end of the first, but I would have never bet on a 0-0 game. So this last play of the first quarter, Skyline's going to hand it off on a jet sweep. Coming around the corner, I think that's Zion with the ball. It is. And he'll pick up a gain of 5, and time will run out on this first quarter play. And that's it, one quarter play. It's 0-0 in a very fun battle here at Ravston Stadium between the Highland Rams and the Skyline Grizzlies.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back to Ravston Stadium. Coming back to start of the second quarter of play. Skyline with the ball. Carmen Garcia, the quarterback in the backfield. William Zion's going to take the snap. He's going to cut upfield. And with those wheels, he had one more step to go and he was gone. The Rams were able to bring him down, but that'll be plenty for a first down as they are going to mark it about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great one-on-one tackle there from number 45. Colt Neeser. Nope, that's not.
45?
It says 45, but it says he's a defensive lineman, but I'm going to go with Colt.
Yeah. That's what it looked like to me, so I'm with you. Josh, I don't know if you can get a shot of the camera of that full moon rising over there.
Man.
What a great shot. Not during action, though. All right, Garcia is going to take the ball with a lone backfield, obviously looking to pass. He gets the throw off. It's a deep pass. He's got a receiver, and he just throws over the head of Kirkham. They got to work out that timing. It worked so well the first time, and not this time. Oh,
There's
what a great shot of the moon. Josh, way to go. That is what it looks like from Ravston Stadium, a beautiful harvest moon. A week early for Halloween, 2 weeks early for Halloween.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's fun to see it. Just beautiful, and I love football in Idaho. It's just a great time to be here and enjoying high school sports. All right, we're coming back to action here as the Grizzlies with the ball and not a fresh set of downs. You hand it off again to Zion Crockett. Crockett takes it down. They're not going to give him the first down, but he's only a yard short. 9 yards at a carry.
Not bad.
It's going to be a good night for Zion.
Kind of looking like Ashton Gentry out there, huh?
Yeah. Could he get a high school Heisman? Zion would certainly be in the running, I'm sure. It's amazing that what's his name again? Boise
Gentry.
State? Gentry?
Yeah.
It's amazing, a young guy out of Boise State. And he's having the year he should be looked at, but who would have thought that an Idaho school would get a possible Heisman, huh?
Who would have thunk?
All right, we're going to hand it off. Skyline's going to get the first down here and then some.
Ooh.
Late hit, it looked like, but they're not calling it. Liam Lynch, the ball carrier, he did a great job as he came around that corner. Picked up some yards, takes it down to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I love the patience he showed there.
19.
He got to the edge there and slowed down just a little bit, let his block set up, and cut it back up the field.
I'm so impressed. Last couple of weeks, I'm seeing some great discipline.
Yeah.
Backs and receivers waiting for blocks. And you and I have been talking about this for years. We've been doing calls for a few years. And I keep saying, why don't they follow their blockers? Somebody must have listened to our broadcast.
Are you coaching Tim nowadays, huh?
Yeah, there's a reason I'm up here and not on the coaching sideline. All right, one back in the backfield for Garcia. Man in motion. Garcia takes the snap. He rolls to the right. He throws way over the head.
Oh,
it's a touchdown. I thought he was out of bounds, but it's a touchdown. He hits Kirkham in the very back of the end zone. We got to watch that on replay as the lights are going to dance around for a minute. What a great catch by Kirkham. He does. He gets 1 foot in.
All right.
Holy cow. Congratulations, Kirkham. That was a great play, great hands. You must have stickum on those hands.
Yeah, that was a great throw from Garcia there. He had to fit it in between the defensive back and the safety and just barely got it in.
Well, what it is I think Garcia is respecting Highland's defense because he's not throwing stuff short.
Yeah.
He's throwing them deep, and he's saying, get out in front of your defender or we don't take that pass. We're not giving him a chance to steal it from us. The one interception is all he's going to allow. All right. Do you see who our kicker is here?
Garcia.
Carmen Garcia. I was double checking. It is Garcia. It's going to be blocked at the line. No good. So here we are with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter of play before we get the first score, and it's by the Skyline Grizzlies. So they move it down, get it in the end zone, but the PAT kick does not work, and it's 6-0 Skyline. You know, Joshua, we got a little break in action here, and coaches try to decide what's next. Let's recognize our power boosters for tonight's game. For the Highland Rams, they include the Mountain View Event Center, Brookshire Hathaway, Michael and Tammy Parker, great team there, and MVP Reynolds. And for the Skyline Grizzlies, also MVP Reynolds. We appreciate these great companies helping bring you this broadcast. And folks, you know what? This is free. You don't have to pay a streaming fee, a subscription fee. This is free to you, so you can sit at home, buy a nice warm fire, watch this broadcast. You can even mute the commentators if you have to.
Only you.
Yeah, valid. But enjoy a game with the munchies of your choice. And these power boosters, along with our game sponsors, help bring these to you so that you can do that. So please support them as they support our communities in both Pocatello and Idaho Falls, both teams. Skyline with the kickoff. Kind of a squig kick. It's touched by the Rams and bounces into the hands of the receiver that was supposed to get it anyway. Skyline reads it well. Trying to see who that was.
Number
19. 10 on the tackle?
Oh, on the tackle?
It's 19, I think, on the tackle. That is Paxton Noth. Nice tackle. He hit him. The Rams, it was 10. Mitchell, right? Cedric Mitchell? These rosters, old man eyes. Keep squinting at these things. Two teams I haven't called yet this year, and I'm like, I know a couple of kids on each team, and that's about it. All right, Highland with the ball now, trying to answer the Skyline drive. Bellin up in the backfield, one back with him, one back up by the line. Typically a blocking back in this instance. Quick pass for the Rams, and it's going to be caught over on the sideline. They'll get a first down out of that, a 12-yard gain. as I can't pronounce that. Chase. No, it's not Chase. It's Lana Alvarico.
Yeah, that was a really good job there from Belknap. He saw that the pressure was coming in from his left side, so he threw it to the receiver on that left side there just to pick up that 15-yard gain there. So that was a really good job.
Just that 15-yard gain.
Yeah.
It was a quick pass. He threw that accurate and with great strength and a quick decision. I think that he threw it quicker than he wanted to, and they still got 15 yards out of it. So great move. All right, same lineup, only the blocking back to the right side of the field now as Belknap's calling for the ball. He's going to look. He's going to throw the same pass on the other side of the field. It is caught. Doesn't get the same yardage out of it. Same receiver, though. Obviously, they've practiced that on both sides of the field.
Yep, nope, same, literally the same exact play there. So,
Yep, but they did get 5 yards, not 15. 5 yards is still a good play.
Hey, give you 5 yards every time. That leads to a touchdown.
It does, actually. In fact, remember the days when, the prehistoric era when we didn't throw it as much. And you thought, man, 3 yards, that's good.
Prehistoric era, huh? Back in the 20s, 30s?
Fred Flintstone was a teammate. Belknap in a lone backfield. He's got twin receivers, top and bottom of the screen. So you know he's going to be looking for a receiver. Man in motion now. He's coming across. Belknap keeps it on a great play. He busts through the first hole, almost the second hole, as he's going to pick up a gain of about 6 on the play and a first down for the Rams. So great diversity. A couple of quick passing plays, and then they take it right up the gut.
Yeah, it was just a nice little speed option there, basically, that he had, and he decided to keep it and gain that first down there. Good job from Belknap.
I got to admit, you had a comment earlier in the game. I'm surprised how much we're letting quarterbacks take those hits up the middle, and all these teams are doing it. These two teams tonight both are. I think every game I've had this year or this season, I've been doing it. It's worrisome. Because, pros may have 3 or 4 quarterbacks deep, but I'm not sure high school teams do. Belknap's going to roll the right side. He does not have any receivers, so he just keeps it and rolls outside. Skyline, little vocal here from the crowd as they thought maybe there was a blocking penalty. But the Skyline player that was trying to block, he pulled back and as the guy went down. Nobody called anything, and the crowd quieted right down. Interesting you get upset about a call that was not made.
It was just another good play there from Belknap. He saw he didn't have any receivers.
Yeah, he only got 3 yards out of the play, but that out of a broken play, I'll take that.
We get the empty eye formation here.
Oh, this is interesting. I love this. Nice handoff for the sweep around the corner.
Ooh,
powers through. What a great play. He's almost at the first down mark. I think he's going to be a yard short. He does. They marked that a yard short.
It was like
not even a yard.
That was like an empty wing tee set right there for them as they, going back to traditional Idaho football and,
power
triple
play.
Option, power play type formation there.
Pound it out. Bunch of farm boys.
Yes.
Except nowadays they're not all farm boys. Not many anymore. All right. Highland with a 3rd and less than a 1. Looks like they're going in the power I formation. Belknap up under center. Ooh. Going to see him lead that first blocker through. He's going to get the first down and then some. What a great second effort. He was literally down, but the player was underneath him. The defender, he used his knee and shot forward, picked up another yard.
Yeah, no, that was really good there. It was a nice little fullback dive, so they didn't give him to the halfback.
I thought that they would.
I was thinking, I'm sure Skyline did too, but that was a nice play there. Highland's doing exactly what they need to do to get down the field right now.
I'm looking at the replay. They did not give him that extra effort. They called him down.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this drive from Highland.
I am too.
They've changed some things up just on this drive.
Look at this format now.
Yep.
Interesting. I think that they're going to run it, but I'm not sure. Now Belknap comes out of the shotgun, up under center, back into the I formation, and a flag. That can only be a false start. And that's what it was. False start on Highland. As things were looking really good for them, that's a little painful.
I didn't see the false start, but obviously he did.
And you know what? We're coming up here. I'm going to watch and see on the replay. Comes up under center.
Yep, it was the right guard.
Right guard did it?
Yep, I saw
He
it.
flinched a little. I didn't see it. That wouldn't be the first time I didn't see something, though. So that's why we have Josh here. He's the man that catches all my mistakes.
Yep, I write them down. Give them to your wife later.
Yeah, I know. Fortunately, I have a good wife. She's not brutal. Quick pass by Belknap out on the flat. Oh, a great tackle by the Skyline Grizzlies as they upend the receiver, but he still picks up a nice 6-yard gain. I'm trying to make sure. So why are we calling the play dead?
Because he went out of bounds.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I was looking at the clock going 5 minutes, 19 seconds left to play in this first half. Skyline leads 6-0 in a really surprising game.
I mean, this is I was expecting a little bit more offensive, pop out here, but I'm loving this as they're going back to this weird, I formation here.
Highland certainly fighting. Oh, he breaks the tackle. The Highland running back is going to go out of bounds after he gets the first down, so he's conserving the clock. Interesting. I think that was Coach Berger that wanted to control the clock, and it looks like Highland is.
I'm loving this Highland receiver, Lana. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm
Which one?
so sorry. Number 1. And he's so electric.
Alberico?
Highland's got their own Zion Crockett where he can make a man miss, as you saw there. He had to make a man miss in the backfield.
Well,
and he picked up that
speed
first down
afterwards. Yeah, an amazing thing. So, a couple of great teams, good receivers. All right, Highland with Belknap in the shotgun, triple receivers down at the bottom of the screen, a lone receiver to top, and a lone back in the backfield. Now one of the receivers in motion. They bring the ball up through the middle, which is a pretty smart move given what they just went to the outside both the last times. That you see who the back was?
I believe that was number 10.
Number 10 for Highland, Jacob Vincent. That's,
I believe.
Get the reflection of the lights off the glass here. Do a little better job of seeing who the backs are. All right, we're going to go with Belknap out of the shotgun this play. He's looking over the defense. He doesn't audibilize, takes a snap. He fakes the drive, or fakes the drive up the middle. He throws quick pass. Not a lot of yards, probably 3 yards on the play.
Yeah,
but that is Alberico.
That was a great job there from Taylor.
I love that kid.
And he's realized that they've gotten that out route every single time, so he basically jumped it. He's got to be careful, though, because they could be setting up a double move, and if they are, he's going to bite on that for sure. So he's got to be careful if he's going to try to jump that out route every time.
Taylor, another one of those young men we've called in multiple sports through the years.
Taylor.
And a great sports family, the Taylors. Tonight, the Skyline Grizzlies was senior night here as they honored 12 band members and 20 seniors. It was quite a performance, but they honored Logan Hansen, a former member of their squad who was killed in a plane accident a couple years ago. Quite touching. Josh and I were glad we weren't on the air at that point in time. A little misty-eyed, both of us. All right, Belknap's going to hand it off up the middle again. And number 3's our running back, and that is Cedric Mitchell. Mitchell hit that line, bounced off, tried to go off tackle, bounced off, and went on the outside. Didn't get much of anything. The ball's going to be at the 7-yard line. Is that right?
That looks about right.
So it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Highland in the red zone, really poised to punch it in and make this game a dogfight, really. Belknap in the shotgun again. 3 receivers at the bottom, trips to the bottom, single to the top. 1 back in the backfield. Usually he's going to have one of his receivers go in motion. He doesn't. He throws into coverage, and it falls incomplete. The pocket around Belknap was just collapsing, and he threw it into a receiver that was well
so
covered.
this was an RPO where he had a speed option to his outside, but he had a slant coming across the middle.
He should have taken his speed.
And he should have taken the run, but it was a good job from him to just throw the ball down and take the next play, because
I kind of think he did that on purpose, didn't he? Look at that pocket collapse on the replay. Oh, yeah. Smart ball players he is. I'd almost guess that's it. But, sometimes Sometimes you're just trying to make it work because you want to get those points. All right. Great formation now. What do you call here, Coach Josh?
This is definitely a power formation. You see this with UNLV nowadays, where they got the two backs in the backfield lined up next to each other.
All right, Belknap, the quarterback keeper, is going to be caught and taken down for a loss. Wow.
I figured there's going to be a horse collar called right here.
That's what I thought. I'm watching for a flag. There's not one.
Wow.
But the Grizzlies' Sawyer Danielson gets in and grabs a hold of the back of his pad and spins him around, takes him down. That's why we both thought it was going to be a horse collar. Watching the replay, I'm going to... Yeah, definitely. Definitely a horse collar. They got away with that one. So they're going to attempt a field goal to get some points on the board for the Rams. Trying to see the kicker. Oh, blocked. It's blocked. Skyline gets in and blocks it. That's a live ball. They pick it up and they're running. That's going to be a score as nobody in the neighborhood. And Skyline into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Number 19, Paxton Nolf realized that a blocked punt is still a live ball. Picks it up and runs it. And I don't think anybody on the Highland team realized that was still a live ball, because there was nobody there, and about half the team of the Grizzlies running with Paxton.
They're talking about this right now.
The officials, if it's a live, they're bringing it back. They are going to bring it back. Well, the officials are confabbing in midfield. Everybody on the Skyline sidelines has their hands up in a touchdown sign. And you can bet as we look across the field, the Highland coaching staff is off saying, no, that's a dead ball, touched by a player. But it has to be touched by a player on the ground. That should be a live ball. I can see the Highland coach, Nick's out there.
In high school, is a blocked kick a live ball still?
It is in college, and that's the debate I think that we're having here. And the head judge now has made his determination. I suspect he's going to go talk to the Highland coach, and we're going to see some fireworks, because if he's going to talk to Highland first, they're going to call it a touchdown. And I would, if I were the Highland coach, I would argue the other way without a question. So this could be a long discussion. An eventful. Everybody's walking back, though, like they're going to replay it. The head referee now coming over to talk to Scott. Josh, what's your thoughts? They're gonna pull it back? Okay, if the official has talked to both coaches, I'm waiting for the call. First down. They are going to call that touchdown back and call it a first down, Skyline. So the rule in high school must be that it's a dead ball once it's been blocked. But I have never heard that.
I've never heard that either.
It must be in the rule books. They know the rule books much better than I do. But I'm pretty sure that the Skyline crew here underneath us is looking for some voodoo dolls. head referee, because they're not happy. Let's just call it that. And they really should be happy, because they blocked a scoring drive by the Rams. Skyline having the ball now with 2 minutes and change. Garcia takes the ball. He hands it off to Zion. Zion's going to throw. He's got a receiver in Kirkham downfield. Kirkham makes the catch. He's going to step out of bounds. Wow, what a great play as Zion took that ball and started running, and everybody collapsed on him. And he just stepped back and launched it.
Zion just threw a dart. He got destroyed on the hit.
Did he?
Absolutely
I did not see the hit, but man, he's tough. He's a tough kid, so I'm not worried about him. He did. And you know what? He threw a dime. Look at that, right on target. Who knew Zion could throw?
That's crazy. Emergency quarterback right there.
Wow. I don't know if he's tall enough, but he's got power. That's for darn sure. He's auditioning IdahoSports.com player of the game. I can see him already. Zion goes in motion. No, that's Kirkham in motion, excuse me. Garcia back to throw. He throws. He's got a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Garcia got munched as he threw that, but it's going to hurt a lot less now.
Boston Hughes
makes that catch. Wide receiver. First time we've called his name tonight, and what a great time to call it with a touchdown.
Skyline, they're having their own version of Ball Don't Lie because they just zoomed down the field to get that score back.
Well, I played one of the quarterbacks I played with in high school. Every time something happened, he'd go, cheaters never win. The next play, if they make it up, then cheaters never win. So I'm sure Skyline's down there saying the same thing. Is they're going to go for 2 to make up for that missed kick that they had earlier. Kicking doesn't seem to be going in anybody's direction tonight. Garcia lone receiver as he's in the backfield. Throws over the middle. He's not. Oh! Wow, Garcia got munched as he threw that. They didn't throw a flag, but they throw one in the pass interference arena, and that's the indication we see now. Pass interference against Highland. So they'll mark off half the distance to the goal, and they're going to redo that.
Yeah, no, that's a good call there because he did get to the ball or get to the receiver before the ball did. So
I love this instant replay we've got going. Oh, yeah, he was actually holding his arm back so he couldn't reach up and try to extend for it. Great call by the officiating crew. They know their stuff. So Skyline getting another look in a spot that really they've shown that they can pick up on a drive, too. I mean, on a run, not a drive.
Thinking of your golf season or what?
Yeah, my drive. Not going to happen this time, I don't think. Oh, they do have a receiver in the end zone and get it. Touchdown. I followed the fake and missed the whole cockeyed thing.
Hey, they did their own little Philly special there.
Yeah, they did. That is Garcia gets the catch.
Yeah,
so
it was
threw it?
Zion.
Zion?
Yeah.
I'm watching the handoff.
Yeah, you got to watch this. They got their own little Philly special here.
So what happened, I thought happened, did happen, but I took the fake. He rolled around this way. He started to the left, ran back to the right, threw into the end zone to Garcia. Garcia's just smiling. Okay, you blocked my kick. I'm going to make up for it with 2 points. We'd have had anyway. So the Skyline Grizzlies with just 1:50 left in the first half of play, surprisingly up 14-0 on the Highland Rams. Not surprising that they're ahead. They're a very good team, but surprising that the Highland Rams haven't scored.
Well, that was a crazy turn of events. They were going down the field.
Yeah,
that
they were
last
driving
drive.
in to score.
Oh, great drive, but then it just got stalled, and then we had the confusion with the blocked kick. Man.
Wow, folks. This is the East Idaho game of the night. I hope you're enjoying it because it's a game. All kinds of activities going on. Drama, you name it. Senior night. Looks like we got the mini Grizzlies cheerleading crew for halftime. Great things. Oh, through the hands of the Highland receiver that was trying to return it and goes into the end zone. Fortunately for him, because he touched that. And you don't want to have a live ball down there after the controversy that we've just had. So, Josh, while they're setting up, why don't we do a fade away to some commercial sponsors? Just a quick minute. We'll be back in a moment.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, we're back here with 1:50 left. Highland trying to get a chance to get in the end zone before the half. Belknap takes the snap. He rolls to the right. He's looking for a receiver. Looking. He throws. Wisely, he throws away. He got nailed after the shot, after the pass. Kind of half surprised that didn't get a flag, to be honest with you. I got to stop second-guessing the officials. One of them's going to come up here and tell me to go down and take the field, and he's going to broadcast.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're on to something. Now in the NFL, they can barely touch the quarterback, and there's a penalty, so.
Yeah, well, this is high school ball. It's going to be some, but he got that ball off and was stepping out of bounds, and they drilled him. 99% of the time, that's a penalty.
Except for that .1.
Yeah, we got the .1 tonight. So, folks, if you're listening to our broadcast, go buy a lottery ticket because we're getting that 1/10% chance here. All right, Highland with the ball on a 2nd and 10, deep in their own territory. Belknap, man in motion coming across. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to be caught in the backfield and brought down. Skyline pulls him down for a huge loss. Number 9, Kason Smith, takes him down, and I'm trying to see where the spot is. That was a generous spot. They're going to say he's down at the 7. Timeout on the field now. Wow, I did not see that coming. Belknap just fades back.
Yeah, Smith just had a beautiful spin move on the guard there and got him so fast.
Smith, a transfer student for the Grizzlies, coming from Bonneville last year.
Really?
Yeah. He had a great career on the Bonneville football team and the Bonneville basketball team. Decided it was time, because his family lives right on the border. Basically, you could go either way. He's had brothers go both schools. I know his family's good family. And he just went in unblocked, completely unblocked. And was able to grab Belknap and just did a little dance as they spun around for a moment, and Belknap went down. And it's going to set up a 3rd and, let's see, 5, 10, 22 yards, 3rd and 22. And deep in your own backfield, that limits the plays with the ball at the 7-yard line. So a minute 37 left here. Highland trying to get out of a deep hole that they've been put into. Interesting format. They got their running back, that fullback, behind Belknap out of the shotgun in the end zone. Skyline playing cushion. Look at this. They're not going to rush him. Belknap's going to have time to throw. He almost gets taken down. He gets the pass off. Goes into 6 Skyline receivers. And one of them comes up with a ball. That is number 21, Will Jensen. And Jensen gets the turnover chain. I don't know if you can get a shot of this down here on the Skyline sideline, but they've got a King's chair and a Skyline chain and a gold medallion. And Will Jensen gets in the turnover chain. And I'm pretty sure his parents are hopeful he got a picture of that. If not, buy a copy of IdahoSports.com's broadcast. You'll see it live and over and over again. 6 Skyline players. Belknap was throwing a prayer, and instead of getting out of a hole with a minute 27 left, we now have the Grizzlies with the ball at just over midfield. So they're driving right to left. Garcia with the pass, quick out to Crockett. Crockett's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards. He gets pushed out of bounds. Great move after the catch to miss the first tackler.
Yeah, Crockett's quick, huh? He can make anybody look silly out there.
They're going to give him 4 yards on that gain. It looked like he should have had 8.
The most exciting 4 yards we've seen all night, huh?
Yeah, you gotta look at kids like Zion who probably run 22 yards to get a 4-yard gain.
I'm just exhausted. Look at him. Him and number 1 on Highland, man.
Kirkham. Oh, for Highland? Kirkham for Skyline, too. Holy mackerel. But Alvarico?
Yeah,
Alvarico's a stud, too. Couple of athletes. Got a lot of athletes on the field right now. Quick pass by Garcia out to the flat. Catch is made. First down is going to happen. And he's going to get probably 7 yards, actually 10 yards past the first down marks. So they're going to mark it at the 30-yard line. Perfect pass. Did you see who got that?
It was to DeMott.
DeMott coming into the second time we've called him now. 1 on a running play, 1 on a passing play. Both times successful. So DeMott becoming an important part of this Skyline offense. Skyline hurriedly, now under a minute to play, trying to get into the end zone and really get a comfortable lead going into halftime. Man in motion across the middle. Garcia back to pass. He's rolling out. Pocket collapses. He's pointing out receivers. Gets munched as he throws. And he's he's down on the ground. He's hurt. Nope, he just lays there like he's dead and then pops up. Okay. Oh, the Skyline, the offensive line all blitzed over there because they saw he was lying down. And I don't know if they were coming to save him or lift him up and stick him in place and say, you're still playing? I don't know. But Garcia, tough kid that he is, tough young man that he is, popped up. I'm sure he's walking a few circles right now thinking, okay, let's work those pains off. All right, now we've got 43 seconds on the clock. And a naked backfield for Garcia as he's going to drop back. He's going to try a keeper up the middle, and that's nothing there as the entire Skyline defensive line says, hello, not happening. And they're going to say it's a loss of 3.
Yeah, first one to get there is number 24, Bentley Stenlokowski.
Stenlokowski. What a great name. Bentley? Bentley, I like that. I think you should name your next kid Bentley. I like it. Oh. If it's a girl, I don't know if that'll fit.
Just tell my wife that. Every name I give her is wrong, so.
Okay. Madison, if you're listening, Bentley's an awfully cool name. 33 seconds. Looks like we have a timeout on the field, and I was trying to pronounce that name, so I didn't see who called it.
It's Skyline's timeout.
I would go to figure that it would be Skyline. Skyline really tough position, 33 seconds, and they need to somehow figure out how to get in the end zone from the 33-yard line.
Yep, 3rd and 13 here, 38 seconds left, so this could possibly be.
I see 2 plays. I see the first play coming out as Kirkham down that sideline. That's worked for them. And if that doesn't work, I see them going to Zion out here. Both passing plays, but I can see Zion out here about 10 yards deep and seeing if he can take it any deeper. What do you think?
Well, what if you're a Highland fan? What if we get a pick 6 here? How about we get everything in there, huh?
You know what? Look at that defense set up. They're playing. They've got the rushing to give Garcia a little bit of concern. Oh, Garcia, nobody blocks the outside linebacker, so Garcia has no choice but to come around the end and out of bounds. Fortunately, nobody catches him as he's got some serious running ability.
Yep.
But goodness sakes, that's going to set up a 4th and how far did he get down? 4th and 3.
2
right?
is what it's looking like, or maybe even 1.
Yeah, you're right on 2. I think it's going to be 4th and 2. That's what the scoreboard says, so I'm going to go with it too.
That was a great job from Garcia there. He had nothing down the field, and obviously there was an unblocked linebacker that came in, so he used his quickness and get out there and gain about 12 yards.
Well, that linebacker came in, and he was like, nobody's touched me. He was shocked. And he kind of stood there for a second to see which way Garcia was going, and that was his downfall. He should have just kept going and tried to stick it to Garcia before he got out of his hands. Now a 4th and 2 for the Grizz with 31 seconds left. Garcia with the back in the backfield. Man in motion. They give it to Kirkham as the motion man. He's going to go upfield. He'll pick up the first down. I should stop the clocks now with 25 seconds. 26 seconds, and it does get a first down as they move the chains. Skyline calls a timeout. I'm surprised by that. I thought they'd have a second play called, so they'd save that timeout. But Coach Scott now, he's going to probably bring him over and say, here's the next 2 plays. So we don't have to worry about another timeout because we don't have one.
No, yeah, so we're always going to see I'm going to see some corner routes here, starting in the inside, going to get outside of that end zone. We'll see what we can do here.
To Highland's credit, they have tried to shut down that Kirkham sideline run.
Yeah.
They're connecting with Kirkham and not letting him get past, and when they do, the safety's picking him up. So that hasn't been as open as it was. So kudos to the Highland coaching staff for seeing that and implementing that prior to halftime. Usually they wait till half to do those kind of changes. Looks to be an interesting halftime. Not only is it senior night, where they typically don't do the cheerleaders because the cheerleaders are during basketball season, but they're going to do the mini cheerleaders. All right, Garcia with a lone backfield comes up and audibilizes back into the shotgun. Got a man in motion. That's Zion. He's going to hand it off to Zion right up the middle. Zion's going to get a first down and some. That should stop the clock with a first down and gets them in goal line territory. 21 seconds. Man, great clock management. All right, they spiked the ball, so they have a timeout.
that was a perfect play call because no one in this stadium thought they were going to run the ball. But we got to remember that
including Highland.
Yeah, no, they have an electric player that they can get the ball to. They can gain 11 yards when he needs to, especially when Highland they were playing off because they had 5 receivers out there. So
Zion's been
great
a
call.
multi-utility player. It just showed his ability to not just catch, not just run, but run contested run. I mean, he could have easily gone down after 3 or 4 yards, and he just spun. Typical Zion. We're not coaching and getting offers for Zion, but he's doing a great job tonight. Skyline now takes the snap. They're going to look for a receiver in the end zone, and it's not going to fall. The coaches, the officials right there, Skyline thinks that there should have been a pass interference.
No, that just went through his hands.
Yeah.
He dropped it.
I don't think it was catchable, was it?
No, it was definitely catchable. It just literally went through his hands there. It was
That's
a good ball.
in the end zone. I don't know, maybe he lost it in the lights. I don't know. He should have had that one, really. We're watching the replay. Yeah, you're right. Just threw his hands. Maybe he was trying to figure out what he was going to do for an end zone dance and forgot to catch the ball first. That's happened sometimes. All right, Skyline now with 12 seconds. Really plenty of plays, but just not plenty of time. So they're going to hand it off to Zion. Zion's not going to get it in. He's going to take it down to the 2 as he goes out of bounds. And we are running out of time as we've got, am I reading that right? 8 seconds?
8 seconds.
Should have got my other glasses. I'm having trouble reading that score clock tonight. Long day. I've been up since 4. Things to do, right?
Things to do, places to be.
Yep, people to see.
People to see.
So Skyline with the ball at the 3-yard line. Plenty of space on a 4th down. The downs really don't matter at this point in time. It's only 8 seconds. But plenty of room for Zion to get in. In fact, Garcia actually has taken it up the middle for that kind of yardage. Now we're going to have a timeout. Highland,
yep.
Smart move by Highland. Skyline gets all set, ready to go. The adrenaline pumping, and then they ice him.
Yep. This is one of those down distances where you wish you had that big dude on the defensive lineman that you can line up back there. Clemson did it for a long time. You still see it in the NFL where you'll get, their big 350-pound defensive linemen come in and block for them.
Yep.
So maybe we'll see something like that.
Well, you're starting to see a number of, not so much in the pros, but in the college teams, that 350-pound, lineman that they line up as a fullback.
Oh, yeah.
And they just let him power through. It's 3 yards. You
yep,
can eat that for breakfast.
I'm not getting in his way.
Yeah. Years ago, a friend of mine was talking to Carl Malone back in the Utah Jazz heyday. He says, Malone, I watch you, and usually you're going to move out of the way when somebody just does a drive in for a dunk. You don't take the charge. Why? And he goes, I had a $15 million a year contract. You think I'm going to gamble that for a busted knee? No, sir. I thought, wow, that makes a lot of sense. All right, Skyline now lining up for the last play of this half. They're trying to make it a touchdown play. Garcia takes his man in motion, goes past. Garcia's now with the ball. He's going to keep it. Is he going to get in? Does he get in? He gets in. Garcia into the end zone. Touchdown, Skyline. Wow, you couldn't have scripted that any better, Josh.
Yeah, no, that was a great job from Garcia because it looked like he got stopped about a yard short, but that second effort pushed him in.
I'm impressed. Both teams tonight showing second effort a lot. Not just getting stopped and going down. They're spinning and churning those legs and power through. Skyline now with a very comfortable lead, getting ready to go into halftime. Looks like they're going to kick this one. Carmen Garcia just trying to do everything tonight, it looks like. The second touchdown. Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And there we are, folks. It's a 21-0 game for the Skyline Grizzlies. And I think we have 3 seconds left, so they'll have the chance to kick. Wow. Highland Rams reeling right now. Their only loss on the season was to Rigby, the number 1 6A team in the state. And now they're playing 5A Skyline that is not the number 1 5A team in the state. I think that's Bishop Kelly still.
So a couple weeks ago, I was here doing the Idaho Falls game versus Minico.
Okay.
And
Minico's a great team this year.
Oh, great team. And the last play of the second quarter, right before halftime, there was a penalty. And so all of the Idaho Falls, or excuse me, all of the Minico's team had gone into the locker room. And so all that was out there was the 11 players on defense. And they was at the 50-yard line. And Idaho Falls threw a Hail Mary, scored a touchdown.
No kidding.
It was pretty cool to watch.
Well, for an Idaho Falls team that's had a tough season, that's got to be fun.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a highlight of one of their highlights of the season so far.
All right, Skyline's just going to kick it off short so that they'll get those 3 seconds eaten up. The return man for the Rams brings it out to about the 27-yard lines. That'll be time. All the time they need as that ends it. Looks like the return man for Highland, number 1, Alvarico. So a great return by him. He brought out the 29, but that's going to take us into halftime with a 21-0 lead for the Skyline Grizzlies. We're going to drop off to the halftime commercial break, and we'll be back to talk a little bit about stats in the game thus far.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles, stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at Ralston Stadium. Halftime performance tonight by one of the better bands in Southeast Idaho for sure. We're going to let you just listen to them and enjoy a great performance by a great marching band. Welcome back to Ravston Stadium as we've enjoyed quite a halftime. We had the cheerleaders, we had the mini cheerleaders, and then the marching band. Didn't have any seniors to honor, but they still took a 25-minute half. That's their privilege, right? All right, we're now back at just getting ready for halftime in this Skyline Highland game, in which both coaches told me that they were worried about this game, that it could be a tough contest, and so far, it surprised us. We've seen both teams get into scoring position on a regular basis, I want to say.
Yeah.
But thus far, Skyline the only one to get into the end zone. So it's a 21-0 lead for Skyline over Highland to half. But I feel like that score doesn't represent what we've actually seen here tonight, Josh.
No, yeah, and we just talked about it. This game could easily be 14-14. Highline just cannot get the ball into the end zone or into across the goalpost because
interesting, they've got inside the 10-yard line three times.
They've had incredible drives, but you know, Skyline give those their kudos when where it's deserved. But if you're Highline, you should be looking at this. Oh my gosh, this could be a 14-14 game right now. But Skyline, they're taking advantage of it all. They had an early turnover, Garcia did, but Garcia's come back and looked incredible. And so the Skyline team's looking like they normally do. Right now.
Yeah, they are. Highland still in the locker room so far.
That's what you expect. They're coming now.
Oh, there they come. Okay, they're piling up. But yeah, I am absolutely surprised not to see that 14-14 game that you're talking about. Skyline they're connecting, and this is home field advantage. Let's be honest. That does make a difference. This Skyline crowd, a tough crowd. They eat, drink, and live Skyline football. Highland certainly a great crowd as we look across at their supporters.
Yeah, no, looks like
more
more people
stunned.
Shown up now. But no, you definitely stunned a little bit. Coming off a week last week where they were, they lost 33-3, and so to start this game, we both expected Highland to show up a little bit more than they have tonight. But I'm expecting this second half to be. It's going to be a dogfight here in a little bit.
Well, I know Coach Sorrell, he's not going to let this continue as it was.
Yeah.
He's going to make changes. I don't know if those changes mean you go man to man.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting a lot of texts all of a sudden. I don't. As they look at Zion and they look at Kirkham and they look at Garcia, they got to figure out how do they cue on those three. Those are important players to really shut down, really. And hopefully Highland comes out and they have the ability to do that. But tough as you look at the scoreboard. The Videotron down there. It's the heart beating blue. Oh. That's the home field advantage.
Yeah, no, I mean, we haven't talked about it, but Skyline and, playing probably one of the best rivalries a few weeks ago here at Ravston, Idaho Falls versus Skyline. Skyline just put a whooping on Idaho Falls.
Yeah, that's painful. And one of the oldest rivalry games in history in the United States.
And it's, like I said, it's one of the best rivalries. This stadium is absolutely packed to the brim, both sides of the stadium.
Yep.
And, man, it's incredible. Incredible atmosphere here. I'm sure you've seen the goalposts are blue. You got the lights are blue. They turn orange for Idaho Falls. But the goalposts have been blue for a little bit.
They have.
So,
you know what? Highland's going to come into the second half receiving the ball because they deferred first half. And not unusual for them to come out of half, grab that ball, and just pound it down the field for a score. So I know that's got to be their game plan, not let this score get out of hand by any way, shape, or form. It feels like it might be now, but any other team it probably would be.
Yeah.
But for the Highland Rams, I'm like, yeah, don't go to sleep on the Highland Rams because they will sneak up and scare you.
Well, this drive here to start the second half is going to be huge.
All right, the kick is off, and it's going to go into the end zone. Highland player Alvarico wisely stepped back into the end zone and just said, let's do a touchback. We'll start from the 20. I don't have to take any hits until then.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah, it is. You know, this starting to get to the time of year when we're playing outside at night. You have to worry about your players getting hurt. That's always hard. All right, so Highland going to line up, and they're going to go with a bare backfield. Belknap, the only one in the backfield, as they're looking to open up this second half with some passing. Skyline with a good rush crew going in, but their linebackers keying back into the zone. Belknap taking a long count. He's going to keep it. Going to bounce off around the left side of the field and gets a good run out of that. Almost a first down. In fact, he may have, but he took a hard hit at the end. You hate to see your quarterback take that. He bounces up and runs over to his coach to get the play. As long as you don't look at coach and look at him with a dazed look and say, "Are you my mother?" He's okay.
Ooh, I survived.
Yeah, what you didn't get is that Josh over here sneezing. It must be my aftershave. Right?
No, it's that time of the year for me.
Oh, the harvest dust.
I don't remember every single playoffs we do together.
Yes,
I am sick. I don't know why. It's that time of the year.
It is. All right, Highland now with a fresh set of downs as they get a first down on that first play. Belknap with one back in the backfield. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Quick pass over the middle. Is that caught? What? It is intercepted by Skyline. What? No, they were saying it was on the ground.
So it looked like the corner got there a little too early.
I got to watch the replay on this. I am trying to figure out what happened there. They rule it an incomplete pass. I'm trying to see what happened.
Oh, yeah, it did bounce off the turf.
Yeah, I don't know why he even thought that. Oh, he thought it was a fumble, not an interception. I get it. Okay. Hard hit. Boy, Skyline's just drilled that receiver when they realized he was going for the ball. So Highland mixes up their backfield now. Watch that cross direction. Belknap again going to keep the ball. He'll probably get only maybe 4 yards out of it. Tried following these blockers. Skyline read that quite well, frankly. Move that big nose tackle over there, and that's hard to get past. Who is that for Skyline? Number 57, Aiden Chavez. In there making that play stop. It's going to set up a third down, 3rd and 6 for Highland as they really need to move this and get another fresh set of downs to keep this drive going. They've got to have a score really out of this first drive to make this game competitive again. Belknap back to pass. Nobody blocked him as he tried to get rid of that ball. I think they could have been trying to set up a screenplay, but literally no one blocked. Is that Smith again? That was Kason Smith getting in there, and Belknap just had to dump it off before he got done. Just crunched. Trying to see, is that a call or an injury?
That's an injury.
Oh, it's an official timeout. We got an injured Highland Ram. That is not what was I talking about just a minute ago?
Yeah.
I'm watching. Okay, we're going to fade away for commercial sponsors. We'll be back after this.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, And yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
All right, we're back on the field. Cedric Mitchell for the Rams being helped off the field. Looked like he's got his bell rung. I think he'll be back with us. Highland now only opportunities to punt the ball away and try to make it work next series. Skyline with their receiver at the 20-yard line. Highland having some great punts thus far, so it'll be interesting to see if he'll kick over the coverage. Kick gets off, not as high as it has been, low. It's going to bounce. Skyline's going to take it. They pick it up. Great move as they come around the corner. He might bust it. He's over the 50, the 40. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. What a return.
Just another example of how Skyline is letting their blocking set up. This has been on the run game and on the return game.
Things getting a little bit chippy out there.
I think there is a flag, though.
Oh, there certainly is. That's probably going to go against Skyline, given where it's at. Waiting for the officials to confab and the head judge to tell us. He's telling the Skyline crew to move back. Holding Skyline is coming back. So they'll mark off 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which is back at the 45, Skyline's own 45. So I would assume that that's going to put the ball about the 35. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Put the ball at the 35, so fresh set of downs. Skyline 1st and 10. You hate to see a great return like that negated by a hold that probably was away from the actual play.
Yeah, no, I saw it, but I didn't really think that it was going to be all called a hold. I thought more it was going to be like a blindside block type of situation.
All right, Skyline lining up. Garcia in the backfield. He's got a back with him. Looks like they were missing a player. They had to call one in for the wide receiver spot. That's not what you want to see. Man in motion as Kirkham goes in motion. They're going to hand it off to Kirkham. Kirkham's going to cut upfield, dancing around. He might make it back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of movement for no yardage. Oh, they finally give him a yard. He went around the right side of the field, cut back, tried to go up, couldn't go up, so he spun around, tried to go sideways, and that's about all he got. A lot of movement there. So Highland obviously made some adjustments there because that play was getting Skyline 6, 7, 8 yards in the first half, and tonight, or in the second half now, not. So 2nd down and 9 for the Grizzlies. Garcia with a naked backfield, man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the motion man. That's Crockett. Crockett's going to get the first down as he's going to go forward for a gain of 10.
Well, there's your 9 yards.
Yeah. Wow. I hope that young man gets some offers. He's talented. Maybe not as big as your average running back, but you just like to see his athleticism rewarded at the next level.
I'm sure there's a team down where Highland's from that could use him.
Yeah, you and I have had long conversations about them recruiting more locally. All right, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs from the 45, 46. Garcia keeps it. He's going to spin out of a tackle.
Whoa.
He's going to take the corner now and get up a 6-yard gain. He was down for a loss of 3. I think Highland kind of pulled up because they thought they were going to call him down. Garcia spun and went around, picked up, I'm going to say 7 yards on that carry. Wow. That's athleticism. We talk about athleticism all night.
Yeah, Garcia, I mean, he's one of their, big-time studs on the basketball team, so he's just working on his spin moves. It's almost that time.
He plays down under the basket. He's got to have that spin move. All right. 2nd down now as they've gone over midfield, working their way towards the end zone again. Garcia back to pass, throws a long, deep one. Is he going to get Crockett into the end zone? Touchdown, Skyline! I've said that a lot tonight. Garcia knows how to launch that long ball, and goodness sakes, Zion Crockett's got some wheels.
Yeah, no, what a dot too. What a throw from Garcia.
That's the third throw we've seen just perfect.
Yeah, and Zion just ran right past the DB. No one's going to catch him. It was just a beautiful throw, too.
No, the safety came over and was trying to catch him, and he ran past the safety. Oh, Skyline getting everything their way in tonight's game as they line up for the PAT. Garcia's still in the game. He's going to be kicking that ball. Kick is up. Looks to be good. It is good. So it's 28-0 Skyline just into the start of the second half. Trying to see the time. The time, 7 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's all Skyline. Let's drop away for some advertisers. We'll be back in just a moment.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Welcome back to Ralston Stadium. Skyline kicking off after their opening drive takes it into the end zone for a score. Going to be the kickoff going to be fielded by the Rams. They'll bring it out to the Alvarico, brings it out to the 22-yard line. So decent starting area for the Rams. Josh, you know, these Highland Rams are good ball players. I know they've been depleted by injuries. As Coach Terrell told us post or pregame, that they're bringing up a lot of youth. Next man up, his philosophy. I'm wondering if that's making a lot of difference tonight.
No, and it's definitely, you know, you come into this game after a blowout last week to try to show out what you've learned in practice, and you don't want that thing to happen again, but it's happening now. So
they actually got 3 points last week. It wasn't a blowout.
You know, it's one of those things coaches talk to them about. Say, hey, if this happens again, how are we going to act? And so now is your chance to see that.
Oh, Belknap throws intending for Alvarico. It goes through Alvarico's hands. There was a Skyline player there that had a play on the ball. Good thing he didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's tough. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Highland. Highland, I think I almost feel like they're just trying to mix things up. Try something new and see what can work for them. And frankly, I don't think they have to. I think if they just do what they did in the first half, gosh, Josh has got me watching 3 games at once.
What are you talking about?
All right, Highland with the ball. Belknap's going to keep it. He's going to come around the right side of the field. He's going to keep running. He's going to be awfully close to the first down as he steps out of bounds. 9 yards. Yep, they give him 9 yards. 1 yard short. I think if he'd have known that, he'd have gone up a little. He's got to work on his geometry and angles there. He's a junior. He's probably taking that
reached
class.
that ball out.
There you go. That would have worked too. So it's 3rd and 1 as Highland trying to get things going together. The game not going their way thus far. Belknap now naked backfield, trips to the top of the screen, single to the bottom of the screen. They're going left to right as you see it, we call it. Belknap quick pass over the middle. He gets a receiver at the 35. He's going to break a tackle. He's going all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland. Cedric Mitchell. Is that right? No. That is right. Cedric Mitchell. A young man that was injured just last series, wasn't it? Not the same guy.
No,
okay.
I think it was a different gentleman. But, man, it was just a short little 2-step curl route here that he broke 3 tackles and went all the way.
That was amazing movements by Mitchell. What a great athlete he has shown to be. I thought he was going to get about a 5-yard gain at best. And he broke some tackles there that just looked beautiful and ran the distance of the field. No one could catch him, and he took it in. So Highland finally getting on the board, exactly what they wanted coming out of halftime. Kick is up. It is good. All right, so score not quite as bad as they had. So 28 Skyline, Highland 7. So Highland coming out of the half went 3 and out on the first series, and we were a little worried that this was going to get tough, and they come back and answer with a score. So we'll break away for some advertisers. Be back in just a moment.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
All right, welcome back to Ravston Stadium. We're here as the Highland Rams have just scored, and they're kicking off. Skyline's looking at that ball going into the end zone and saying, no chance. We're just going to start at the 20 as they call a touchback, and they'll bring out their offense and start it from the 20. Highland now needs to really stop Skyline. Skyline in their first drive just took it down a couple of different plays and scored. They've got to find an answer. They've got to stop that Skyline drive, that Skyline offense, if they have any chance of catching up. This game, a 28-7 game, Skyline well ahead of Highland, which no one would have thought. Skyline having a lead maybe, but not a 28-7 lead. All right, so the Grizzlies take the field. Garcia just doing a superb job tonight all over the field. Running, receiving, throwing. Great field. Passes out to, is that Kirkham or Crockett?
Gus Crockett.
Crockett, he brings it out to the 35, 36-yard line, enough for a first down. 15 yards is always enough for a first down.
Yep, that should be. Well, hopefully.
My math. Great play. One play and you get 15 yards. That's not the answer for Highland.
No. If you're Highland defense, you definitely want to try to slow them down here and get those backers to go up a little bit faster. You want to take some risk on a blitz or something. Just something to try to get the momentum back on your side. You just got a touchdown. Try to get the ball back right now.
Mix it up. Keep some enthusiasm going. And at this point in time, we're only in the third quarter, but you've got to worry as much as the Highland defense has been on the field. Fatigue becoming a
absolutely.
factor.
And that's why those deep balls are acting a little bit more as here they go. No deep man for
no
for
safety. What the heck? All right. Highland bringing everybody. Now they drop back.
Oh, fumble.
Fumble ball. I don't see who it is. I think it's Skyline recovering.
It did,
yep. That is an unusual sight. I think it's just a bobble from center to quarterback.
It was on the handoff.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Should have watched the game. All right, we're trying to watch the replay as we. You're right, it is the handoff. Handed it off, and he didn't complete it into the hands of the running back. So they're lucky they didn't lose that one, as we're looking at a second down.
That would have been that turnover we were talking about for Highland.
Highland needs a turnover. They really do if they're going to get back into this game. Skyline very happy here as Garcia's going to keep this ball, takes it up the middle. He'll pick up another first down as he gets 13 yards out of that run. Garcia is just versatile tonight.
Yeah, no, he's having himself a game.
You called him in the Highland or the Emotion Bowl, right?
Yep.
Was he having that kind of a game?
Yep. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Yeah,
okay. He's an athlete.
Yeah, Skyline's just they're a dog. They got it in them. They are a powerhouse, but so is Highland. I don't want to be they're 5-1 on the season.
Yeah,
Skyline is just on a tear right now.
Well, the interesting thing, Highland better record. Skyline 5-2.
Yeah,
lost one of those to a Utah team. All right, Crockett's going to get the carry. Well hit right at the line of scrimmage by the entire linebacker crew for the Highland Rams. That's the first time I think I've seen Zion go for a half-yard gain.
Yeah. Yeah, take that play out of the playbook, Coach.
Exactly. I don't know. It's worked for him. It's worked for him. I don't know. I'd maybe run it the other side and see if they did the same thing. Who knows? All right, it's at midfield. The ball just barely at the midfield mark. Second down for the Grizzlies. Garcia back on each side of him. He's going to hand it off to Zion. Zion's going to come around the left side of the field. He pounds through. Highland actually defended that well, I think. They're going to give him 5 yards on the carry. But his speed and the way he was turning literally could have been a lot worse. But fortunately for the Rams, they read that well. I almost think they're queuing off of Zion right now. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, why not? You got a young gun in the backfield. Why not? You know, for a long time, it was, what's the kid's name at Oregon right now?
Sadiq,
yeah.
Sadiq.
For a long time, it was Sadiq.
Yeah, we called him for a lot of years, too, didn't we?
For a lot of years, yeah, right now.
He's getting some reps in Oregon.
Absolutely. I want to say their second-string tight end up there now.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. All right, Skyline with the ball, quarterback option. Garcia's going to keep the ball, and he'll pick up another first down as he picks up 6 yards. I thought for sure he faked like he was going to option that.
I'm glad he didn't, because there was a defensive back in the pitch area that they had to throw it to, and that ball could have gone all the way.
Yeah, and I think that's why he didn't. Heads-up play by Carmen Garcia there. And now we're looking at the ball at the 40. I'm going to say the 41, I guess it is. Skyline, a fresh set of downs.
And they're milking this clock. They started this drive with 7 minutes on the clock. Now it's under 3 minutes.
I think Coach Berger is Berger, not Berger. Berger.
You hungry?
No, Berger is trying to teach Coach Sorrell how to have a clock management seminar. Flags all over the field. A false start on the Grizzlies. And it'll be interesting to see. 5 yards back, that's going to put him at the 51. There's the pink flag you were looking for.
Absolutely.
All right, so it'll put it to 1st and 15. Nothing for the Skyline Grizzlies. Zion Williamson, right?
Zion Williamson.
What did I say?
Were you in basketball season?
Yeah, we've got the NBA here at Rapsland Stadium.
That would be a show.
Too many distractions here. Everywhere something's going on in the stands. All right, Skyline with the ball, 1st and 15. Garcia with one back in the backfield, man in motion. Drops back, he's going to throw. Looking for DeMott on the sideline. The ball was there. DeMott was trying to find it, really. I don't think he saw it until it was right to him, and then it went through his hands.
I mean, that's the second ball that Garcia's put on him that DeMott could have easily caught. But
so you think DeMott's going to come back into the huddle, and Garcia's going to say, that's twice?
I don't think so. I don't think Garcia's that type of kid. But
DeMott's been too good of a player for every aspect of the game. So it's going to set up a 2nd and 15. You know, it's an interesting phenomenon. As most high school teams now have the calls played by the coaching staff here on the sideline and have the quarterback going back and forth.
I think it's partially a time management thing as well.
Could be. We've got 2 minutes and change in this quarter. Skyline with the ball. Going to fake the handoff to Zion. They're going to throw it out to Kirkham. Kirkham with a quick pass. He's going to pick up probably only, I'm trying to see, it only looks like 2 yards to me, but, well, it's actually more than that because I'm looking at the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 7 yards. So 3rd and, no, they don't give him 7. They give him 6. So 3rd and 9 for Skyline to get a fresh set of downs and to keep that clock. They're just milking that clock. You're right. Slowly bringing the plays in. Coach Sorrell's over there just biting the clipboard saying, come on, give us a shot. We did it last time. So he's desperately wanting the defense to stand up and shut down this drive. Skyline just trying to coast into the end zone, eating up all the time they can. Motion fake no, it's not a fake. Zion gets the ball, makes the corner, but that corner shut down. Well read by the Highland defenses. They just continued down that line with progression and did exactly what they're supposed to. Tight end and that corner coming in. Zion's going to pick up 3 yards. That's more than I thought he would get. 4th down, 4th and 6.
Are they going for this?
They look like it.
Yeah, they're milking this clock. Now this quarter's almost over.
I know, it's gone fast. We're at under a minute now, 40 seconds plus, as Skyline's really, I think, trying to set up that they can take this snap as the last snap of the quarter, really. Now under 30 seconds, they get this play off, and if it doesn't go out of bounds or an incomplete pass, and watching the officials, he barely gets it off. Pass thrown, it's going to fall. Is it complete?
They're going to say that caught it? Oh, my gosh.
Kirkham caught it as he went down to the turf. He turned on his back, so as he got it, he turned over onto his back to prove that he caught it.
I think he did a really good acting job there because I think that ball was low.
We're going to watch the replay. It's coming up right here as the production team at IdahoSports.com sets up the replay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you, Josh. I'm with you. All right, a timeout on the field as the clock. No, we're going to go to the end of the 3rd quarter. So the score 28-7 as Highland gets into the end zone now. We'll fade away for some commercial sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back. Skyline now starting the 4th quarter with the ball. They're going to hand it off to Williamson. Williamson just cuts it up the gut. Winding down. He's going to get down to about the 18-yard line, 19-yard line. It looks like they'll mark it for the ball.
That was Crockett, but yeah, absolutely.
What did I say, Williamson again? Wow. Zion Crockett, you get an NBA contract because I can't see
Since when are you a Zion Williamson fan?
I think he's a great player, but I can't say that I've watched him. I've watched Zion Crockett a lot more than I have Zion Williamson. Wow, sorry,
That's kind
Zion.
of a random name to pull out of your bucket there.
I think I'm tired. Way too long of a day today. All right, Skyline with the ball. They're going to hand it off again. I think that's Southwick with the ball. Just keeps churning it down. He's going to take it down to the 5-yard line. And that's not just a first down, but it's 1st and goal for the Grizzlies as they just continue to demoralize the Highland Rams. Pound, pound, pound. The Rams having the ability to stop a couple of plays, but, oh, we have a flag on the field. Holding on the Grizzlies. No, that was such a beautiful play. They're going to bring it back and then bring the ball back more. Trying to see where they're going to end up. Back at the 30-yard line. So they were down at the 5. They're out to the 30 now.
You know, just random thoughts on Zion Williamson. So Zion Williamson
No,
is probably
Crockett.
no, yeah. But Zion Williamson was probably the best high school player in a very long time.
Agreed.
And my wife and I had just gotten married, and I moved back home just to work. And you know, I had an apartment down there, and we were one traffic stop away from going to see him play in high school.
One traffic stop.
We were so close.
All right, Crockett with the ball up the middle. He's going to keep going. He breaks tackles, almost takes out the official as he gets back. Guess where he's back to?
Yeah.
The 4-yard line.
Once again, ball don't lie, right?
Wow. Wow. Oh, he's not at the 4. I misread that. He's at the 8. I got excited. They've got those soccer lines on the field, messing me up, man. All right, they're only back to the 9-yard line, but that is enough for a 1st and goal for Skyline. Highland having a tough time shutting down Crockett.
I mean, everyone is this year.
Understandably. What a great athlete he's doing. How many yards does he have tonight, do you think? We haven't been keeping him, but I bet you he's close to 100.
Oh, well over. Yeah, definitely well over 100.
Well, receiving play, he took that 50 yards.
Yeah, no, yeah.
All right. Garcia throws into the end zone. He's got a receiver.
Wow.
Oh, he doesn't make the catch, does he?
No,
but the flag flies. I thought he had the ball for a minute.
Yeah, we had a great window from here, and man.
He should have had that ball.
Yeah, no, it was a great throw.
Perfect.
But, yeah, his right hand looks like it was being held by the defensive back, so that's why they're going to call that penalty.
You know, that doesn't count unless it's a dance at high school. Watching the ball. Oh, yeah. He pulled his arm down.
Yep.
So he couldn't hold on to it even though it was there. So they're going to move the ball down to the 4-yard line. So I was just announcing in advance when I said the 4.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, I thought so. Lucky call. All right, double backs in the backfield. They'll go to the wing T. Garcia with the ball. He's going to hand it off to Crockett. Crockett's going to pick up a yard. And man, Highland well defended there. They were not going to give up that goal line.
Yeah.
Good for them. When I was a player back a million years ago, we called that the goal line D. And whoever the broke, you know, if they got a score, you were running. All right, we're going to have Skyline now with a 2nd down from the 3. Skyline now, Garcia coming up under center. I think he's audibleizing, and he's now going to take it under center. He's going to pitch it out to Crockett. Crockett's going to just take it in. Does he get in? He does get in. He extended out. He was tackled and extended out and took that ball over the goal line. And another score for Skyline as they get back that comfortable lead.
Is that the 3rd touchdown for him
Third
tonight?
touchdown for him, yeah. You got that bomb down there, and then he ran one in down there too. So it's his 3rd.
So the Minigo game I was on talking about, the kid had 6 touchdowns.
Wow.
Through the air and through the ground, on the ground. He was a running back. It was crazy.
All right, Garcia in to kick the PAT. Garcia having a lot of points tonight between his own receiving touchdown, and this one is a beautiful kick. That's as good as any college kicker I've seen. It goes right through the uprights. 35-7 now here at Ravston Stadium. We're going to take a minute and recognize our power boosters. These are our local sponsors who help bring this game to you. They include for the Skyline Grizzlies, MVP Rentals. Also, MVP Rentals for the Highland Rams. Berkshire Hathaway, Michael and Tammy Parker. Appreciate them being sponsors for the Highland Rams. Also, Mountain View Event Center sponsoring the Rams tonight. Grateful for these local sponsors and helping us bring this broadcast to you. Hopefully, as the weather gets bad like this, I always like to picture our viewing audience next to a nice comfy fire, some popcorn, some sodas.
Hot apple cider.
Oh, that would work too. Yeah, that would work.
I know I had my first hot apple cider last night. Not my first one, but first one of the year.
First one of the year. I knew what you meant.
And, man, it just hit the spot.
It's October.
It hit the
We've
spot.
been lucky.
Yes.
You know, we've called games in snowstorms.
Yeah, we had one last year in Teton.
Oh, yeah, we did. We froze to death.
Yeah, it was beautiful driving up and then going down. It was probably 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, they didn't have a heater in the press box either, and I think it was we got to Rexburg before I could feel my feet.
Yeah, no, it was.
Skyline with a kickoff. They're going to make it playable.
Let it go.
And Highland is wisely lets it bounce out of bounds. The flag flies, and that'll bring it out to the 35, which is great field position for the Highland Rams to start. So Highland now needing an answer at least to that score for Skyline. Skyline has scored both of their 2 drives this half. Is that right? Has it only been 2 drives? Because they took the second drive and into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That
They had an 8-minute drive.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
9 minutes, 49 seconds left in this game. So Highland's got to do something with this because if Skyline gets the ball back, they're going to have another 8-minute drive.
Yeah.
And it'll be over. All right. Highland now looking. They're going to go right to left as you see it on the screen. Belknap with a receiver in the backfield, trips to the top, single to the bottom. Man in motion out of the backfield. Belknap takes the snap. He's looking for a quick pass. He gets it. Alvarico with the catch. He's going to get a couple yards. He thought he was going to get much more as Skyline reads that perfectly. They'll give him 3 yards. That's generous, I think.
It was very nice of them.
Yeah. I think they could use all the help they can get on that. So Highland needing to move those chains a little faster, I think, but you don't want to try to go for all the bananas and use up your downs.
All the bananas, huh?
All the bananas from my time in South America. All right, Belknap in the backfield by himself. Looking at his receivers, trying to determine who's his primary. He drops back. Pocket is good. He gets drilled as he gets ball off. Intercepted by Skyline. Easily intercepted, in fact.
A flag is thrown.
22. I think that's our Gage Cyril making the interception.
Yeah, there is a flag on the field, on the court.
On the court, is it going to be pass interference? I'm watching the officials trying to determine what the call is. I didn't see pass interference, but I was watching something else apparently. Waiting for the officials to have a little conference. I think it's to determine where they're going to eat after the game. Watching for the head judge to come out. He's going to say holding on the Grizzlies. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
Oh, wow.
And a first down for Highland. What a break for Highland. You got to think that was they held the receiver, and that's why there was 3 Skyline guys down there and no Highland receivers. So that brings the ball down to the 48-yard line, a 1st and 10. So a fresh set of downs will give Highland some leverage. Highland needs to keep us going. That penalty saved them a little bit. Belknap again going to go out of the naked backfield. He's got receivers to the top and bottom as he fades back. He had a man come in and just crunch him, but he got the pass off, and they're going to get probably 6 yards out of that. A lot of Skyline players acting like they recovered that. I think they just felt like they covered that well. It's going to be a 7-yard gain. Gage Cyril making the tackle. Adrenaline running for him. He just got an interception they called back, so he's trying to figure out.
Yeah, no, he got me warmed up a little bit thinking about all that running he just did.
All right, Highland now 2nd and I guess it's 4. I thought they were giving him 7, but they gave him 6. 6 yards. Belknap with the receiver in the backfield. Trips to the bottom of the screen, single to the top. Back goes in motion again towards the trip, so he's going to have 4 receivers down here.
Double pass.
Alvarico now with the halfback pass. He's got a receiver and a catch. It's caught at the 15-yard line. What a catch. Who is that, Josh? Who is that masked man? 14 for Highland is Jet Richards. What a great catch.
And Rico is the one that threw the ball. He underthrew the ball by about 5 yards, but good catch over there.
Yeah, but he
Jet.
threw it 40 yards, so when your running back can throw it.
Yeah, no, it was underthrown, but it was a nice play design. I love that. You saw it was a double pass immediately.
Yes.
So
yes.
Good job from.
But enough of a hesitation that you should have a receiver open, and they did. All right, Highland now in the red zone. Belknap going to go with 2 receivers, the top and bottom of the screen. Takes the snap. He fades back. Got a man. He makes the pass off. Skyline reads it well, so it's probably going to be a gain of 5 maybe. But a great pass. They'll take 5-yard gains, won't they?
Absolutely.
I think that's their tight end, isn't it? Nope, that is our same young man for Highland, number 14, Jet Richards. I think they're trying to reward him for that great catch earlier, so give him some more exposure. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. They give him 5-yard gain. 2 backs in the backfield. Belknap out of the shotgun. A receiver to the top and the bottom of the screen. Trying to see where their motion man is. No motion this time. Belknap with a quick pitch out to the running back. Running back looks like he's going to be very close to the first down mark. I think he's going to get it based on where the officials. Ooh, no, he's not. It's going to be short by about 6 inches. So we'll bring up 3rd and less than 1 for Highland, but inside the 10, almost to the 5. Best field position they've had this half. All right, Highland now trying to punch it into the end zone, get some more points on the board, figure out how they can stop Skyline from doing the same.
Yeah.
Belknap getting out of the shotgun most of the night tonight. He does so now. Motion man is the Richards. He's going to look for the ball. They throw to Alvarico. Alvarico wide open in the end zone, and they overthrow him.
I think it was a really good throw by Belknap. Alvarico's got to catch that ball.
He's fast. I don't know why he didn't.
But he got it. He extended it, but he didn't extend his arms all the way. That's one of those balls that he's going to watch back on.
Going to dive for
on the film, and he had everything. Everything was just drawn up perfectly fine.
You're right. He didn't go.
Belknap threw him a dart over there and just didn't catch it.
Well, Belknap had 2 steps before he's getting drilled again. He's been getting drilled all night.
Yeah.
I hope the Belknap family has a nice hot tub. He's going to need it for those achy pains. 4th down now, 4th and a yard. They're going to the power formation. Belknap up under center, 2 backs in the back. They're going to pitch it out to the right side. The running back takes it into the end zone. I'm waiting for the official.
That's a touchdown.
Nobody signaled. Why?
It's a touchdown.
That's definitely a touchdown for Highland. I think that was Zayden Allo. Is that who took it in? Looked like it was number 4. No, sorry. Cedric Mitchell. He's 3. 4 must have been blocking for him. But a nice score for Highland as they get the 2nd touchdown of the night. And they're going to kick it. The kicker is 23 for Highland.
That's this.
Paxton Johnson takes the snap. The kick, it's up. It looks good. It is good. You know, that one official pulls his arm out to the side and then puts it up. Messes with my head every time. So with that scoring drive, it's the Skyline Grizzlies 35, the Highland Rams 14. 6 minutes to go in this half. And Skyline well in control of this game, and Highland trying to figure out how to pull off a miracle at this point.
Yeah, no, you're down 19 points.
Yeah, you haven't even scored 19 points yet. And Skyline scoring both drives this half.
Yeah,
with 6 minutes to go, I would just say they're going to run that clock out.
Yeah, they had a heck of a drive last time to take off almost 9 minutes. And so I'm sure they're going to do the exact same thing right now.
I still think it's funny that Coach Sorrell told me clock management was what they were going to watch. And if they are, Coach Berger, there we go. Gosh, Major. Scott's what I always call him. Coach Scott is definitely teaching him a great workshop.
Yeah.
Clock management. All right, we are lining up now. If Skyline's wise, could be the last series of the game. 6 minutes to go, they can do that. The crowd getting antsy here as you get on their feet. They want this to end with this series. Kicks up, it's going to go in the end zone for a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20. You know, Josh is a great color man, but tonight he's really struggling because he's got games, MLB playoff games, college football. Yeah, he's giving me stats, but they're for the wrong games.
Well, you know, when you're,
When your life is sports and your family.
and my family, and you got the Guardians coming back, tying the game.
Have they tied it?
They've tied it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You got BYU playing tonight. You got the best team in college football, Clemson, playing tomorrow. Like, I don't.
Who?
Exactly.
All right, Skyline with the ball. They're going to take the snap. They give a handoff. Don't see who the running back is, but a good gain. Well, it's not Crockett. It is Ulysses
Yeah, I think they're getting in some backups here.
Tafoya.
They're getting in some backups, and looks like Garcia's probably the
He's going
only
back out, yeah.
starter going right now.
Well, I was just trying to. Taylor is a DB. I don't see another quarterback listed.
Oh, yeah, there's number 12.
Oh,
and
Cooper Thomas.
Yeah,
There
there's
we
a
go.
couple. They have a couple.
Well, they're going to make sure they've got this one well in hand, I guess, before they call Garcia out of the game. Garcia's going to take a quarterback keeper, carves it up the field. He'll pick up a gain of 4, just a yard short of the first down. This late in the game, I'm surprised to see Garcia still in the game, and I'm equally surprised to see them send him into the middle.
Yeah, no, definitely don't want to see him injured, but he's one of your trustworthy seniors, and you just want to get first downs right now. So
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so it's a 3rd and 1 for the Grizzlies as Garcia comes in from the sideline with the play. They're going to line up one back in the backfield, Crockett next to Garcia. Garcia puts his man in motion. He's going to hand it off to the motion man. That is Crockett, isn't it?
yes, it is.
So it wasn't Crockett next to him. Gets the first down, gain of 4 on the play. And what's better than that? Keeps the clock going. That is the game of clock management. They're just eating up yardage. A very comfortable lead for them, so they don't care how much time it eats off. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game, and Skyline just kind of coasting right now. You watch the players, they're not walking fast. They're executing during the play, but after the play, they're drawing that out.
Well, that's it. They're watching. If you watch the back judge, as soon as he puts his hands up, that's when they're going. So hands up.
Hands up. They're looking at him. They can see him. He's not counting.
And then they start counting.
Timeout.
And
Timeout,
obviously-
Skyline.
and obviously they put the game or the play clock all the way so low that they can't work around their mess ups. But
Well, with this kind of a lead, what's the worry? Let's jump to some commercial sponsors. We'll be back while they discuss the timeout, and Highland figures out what they're going to do, and Skyline continues it. So we'll be back in just a moment.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Welcome back to Rapston Stadium. We have the Skyline Grizzlies now in control of this game. They're trying to just eat the clock. They hand it off to Zion Crockett. Crockett busting through the tackles, takes it down over midfield. They're going to take him to, it looks like, the 45-yard line. And what's more, under 4 minutes.
that is not Zion. That is Ulysses Tufoa.
Tafoa, man, he has been paying attention to Zion then. And we're going to have a timeout now as we've got an injured Ram player, and that doesn't look good. Looks like his air's been knocked out of him.
Yeah, it's never a good sign, but
Did you ever have that happen?
Oh, absolutely.
I remember playing as a player, just laying on the ground, I just want to breathe. That's all. Such a bizarre feeling. And then when they get there and you're breathing, you're like, okay, I'm fine. Stop acting like I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And the Highland Ram player now helped up, and he's going to be helped off the field. And a great applause coming. That's Colt Neeser. Hopefully Colt is just got his wind knocked out of him, or his bell rung a little bit. He'll be okay. All right, a Neeser family. There's a lot of Neesers up here in the Idaho Falls area. Good family. We're going to get Skyline back to the line with a fresh set of downs and a lot of underclassmen now into the game.
Yep, you got number 12 in at QB.
Yep, that's Thomas, isn't it? Yep, Cooper Thomas in at quarterback. He's going to take it and keep it. That's a gutsy move for your backup quarterback right out of the gate. And he gets 4 yards. Same thing Garcia got on the last drive. So
yeah, no, Cooper.
Confidence in that backup quarterback.
This is slowly could be his starting tryout for next year. He's a sophomore, so going into a junior next year.
Not could be, more probably is his tryout for next year. I haven't seen the Skyline junior varsity players, but they're a strong program for the grid kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Skyline,
yeah,
monsters there. So
all of these good football teams here in Eastern Idaho have great grid kid programs.
Yeah, they really
Rigby,
do.
Madison, Sugar.
Man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Skyline's number 18, just powering through. He takes him down for the first down. That is Ulysses Tafoa. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Tafoa?
No, Tafoya, he's low to the ground, so he's got that beef added onto him. So he's just going to run through. He's quick as well.
Interesting. I called a game last night for a game out of Utah. They had a player's last name was Tafoa.
Oh.
I
mean, it's a Polynesian name, obviously, right? So I think Tafoya is probably a more familiar name. I'm probably wrong, but it sounds like I've heard
I know
a lot
there's
of
a Tafa
Tafoyas.
Tafua that's been here in East Idaho has been prominent, but Tafoya having a great night here. We're going to hand it off. The Grizz are going to come on the option man coming off the corner. He takes it off the tackle, and he's going to take it down for a gain of about 4. Clock is just, game is all but in control at this point in time. Under 2 minutes to go. Skyline with the ball at the 26-yard line of the Rams. I think both sides now, as we're seeing some fresh faces on the Rams defense coming in as well. Trying to get some playing time. Game's been decided. Skyline will take this one. They'll move on to a 6-2 schedule, and the Rams will move on to a 6-2 schedule. Win-loss record. Hand it off up the middle. They're going to get the first down again. Skyline just pounding off up the middle to Foa again.
That sure is. Oh, no,
no, that's 27. That is Duncan Howell. He's also another quarterback on the roster. Dustin Howell. Not Dustin. Duncan. Sorry, Dustin. Great police officer here in Southeast Idaho. I don't want to make him mad.
He's a freshman, so getting some snaps here. So you expect probably 2 kneels, maybe 1 kneel, and this game's over.
Under a minute. It's all Skyline. Skyline's celebrating on the sidelines. They're doing some dancing, knocking off a powerhouse Highland team that the game was supposed to be tougher than this. So showing Skyline's got some moxie. Maybe they're going to chase another title. They're going to take the knee, and that's going to be the game. And it is, as the Skyline Grizzlies will take this game, and a final score will be 35-14. We're going to break away for some commercial sponsors. We'll talk about the IdahoSports.com player of the game, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, And yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles, stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back to the Ravston Stadium here, home of the Skyline Grizzlies, where they've easily defeated the Highland Rams 35-14 in what we did not expect to be this type of a game, Josh.
No, yeah. I mean, Highland have themselves a heck of a year. Skyline have themselves a heck of a year. We expected a little bit more from a Highland team, especially coming off of such a crazy, a very surprising loss last week. Just not by the team, but by the score. And so
33-3 on, like I said, the number one team in the 6A bracket in the state.
So you expect them to come out with more of a firepower, but tonight they didn't show that. In Skyline, I mean, they took advantage. They did exactly what they needed to do to win this ball game.
They did. So that brings us to a tough discussion we had during the break. Two players we could have given the player of the game tonight, both of them, Zion Crockett and Carmen Garcia, having wonderful nights. We're comparing the yardage, and I finally looked at Josh and said, I don't know who to give it to. So Josh, in his wisdom, come up with a formula for us to figure that out. Josh, what did you do?
Yeah, it's called Siri. When you come up to something, you always do flip a coin, and so we flipped a coin, and it is more, give a props to both of these guys.
I think it's deserving.
Zion Crockett had himself a hell of a game. Of course, he does it every single game. He does 2, maybe 3 touchdowns a game. And he did it again tonight. But Garcia, we're going to give it to Garcia.
Carmen Garcia having a great game.
Yeah.
He threw for 1 touchdown. He caught 1 touchdown. He kicked all the extra points that they had tonight, except for 1. And then he made up for it because he ran in for the extra points. He caught that extra points, actually, didn't he?
He caught the 2 points.
Got the 2 points. And he's thrown for 250 yards. That's a great night for a quarterback. And when you add a running back who had probably close to 200 yards in running, 50, 60 yards in receiving, it literally, I want to give it both of them player of the game. Tonight we're going to give it to Carmen Garcia. He just had the game of his life. So congratulations, Carmen Garcia. You get the nod. So tonight's player of the game, as we just mentioned, is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road. Be in the moment and get free from distractions. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Valley-Wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com has been brought to you by Teton Auto Group and Levitt Select here in East Idaho. Also, our power boosters, Mountain View Event Center, Berkshire Hathaway, Michael and Tammy Parker, MVP Rentals for both teams. We're grateful for those great sponsors. This broadcast has been made possible by all of those sponsors. Special thanks tonight to the Skyline High School Athletic Director, Zarek Wadsworth, for his accommodations. And, of course, everyone here at Skyline High School. It's just made it a pleasure to come here and be able to broadcast a game out of really a nice press box for us.
Yeah.
We appreciate their hospitality and their help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Carmen Garcia for the Skyline Grizzlies. Thanks again for joining us as the Skyline Grizzlies have defeated the Highland Rams by a final score 35-14. On behalf of myself, Tim Belknap, and my beautiful play-calling color man here who's kept track of 7 different games for us tonight, and all of the behind-the-scenes folks at IdahoSports.com that make this broadcast possible, we say thank you for joining us. Join us next week for the final game of the regular season, and with a lot of games, the games Josh and I will be on, playoff ramifications.
Oh, yeah.
So join us, IdahoSports.com, Game of the Week next week. We'll see you then.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.